knows Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton, everyone knows Paris Hilton. She's the young socialite, great granddaughter of Conrad Hilton, the hotel magnate who owns the Hilton hotels. Well, this 35-year-old woman is very interesting, and that's why we consider her a bossette here. Oh, well, as you all know, she is come from a pretty prominent family there, so she did have her ways growing up. But she always kind of been driven. This is the woman who's a model, an actress, a businesswoman to say the least, you know, and a model. So this is the woman who actually put in some work here and there. Now, this is what makes her interesting. As you guys probably know, you guys probably remember from her reality show, what was it called? I think The Simple Life. Yeah, The Simple Life. Remember with Nicole Richie, Lionel Richie's daughter. Well, since that time, she actually went on to write a best-selling book. I think maybe like a year after launching that show. But what's funny is what launched that show off was the sex tape she did with this guy she was dating named Rick Solomon, which was like 3 weeks before the actual show, you know, kind of launched that. That kind of caused a big hysteria in the media there, if you can imagine. So that went on to launch her career into reality TV. Now, a lot of us remember her for being famous just for being famous, you know, around that time. But Paris, you know, always actually was pretty focused on, you know, making that bread and actually making a name for her own right. She actually got into movies. She was in that movie House of Wax, amongst a lot of others. But in addition to that, you know, she became one of the first people in reality TV and the social world to really get paid for parties. So around that time, she was making a nice buck. I'm not sure how much. I heard things between like $20,000 and $30,000 to show up at, you know, a party. Nowadays, she's getting between $300,000 and $500,000 to show up at a party. Imagine that. Okay, and that's worldwide, by the way. Now, this is someone who actually went to jail also. Remember, she kind of kept getting stopped by the cops after parties, whatever, you know, because she had liquor on her breath and she was drinking a bit. Well, needless to say, she ended up getting locked behind bars around 2007 behind that. I think she only did like a 45-day stand here and there with a long probation period. But when she came out, I think that gave her time to think while she was in there. She came out in beast mode. And when she came out, she was not playing. This girl started licensing her name. She's got like 16 different, you know, like products with her name on it. Things like watches, purses, you know, not to mention her own clothing line. Now, of course, this struck a good chord with Paris as well because she was like, okay, if I'm this popular, maybe I'll open my own retail outlets. Well, today she has about 56 of those retail outlets. Talk about the perfumes. Well, she have roughly about 18 different fragrances out there. Those 18 fragrances bringing her between 1.5 and $2 billion. How about that so far to date? Not to mention she's lended her name, licensed her name to gaming and like things like Diamond Quest and a lot of things that you guys have already played. But she's interesting. I mean, she is a true bossette in every sense of the word. I mean, even right now, she decided to be a DJ. And she's making about $30,000 a night just spinning records, and that's I think it's like a per hour rate with a 4-hour minimum. So you're gonna pay her about 6 figures just to come spend at your party for a couple of hours. So she knows what her name is worth. Now, an interesting fact about her is she actually got her first modeling job with none other than the president-elect of the United States, Donald Trump. You know, to promote some of his developments. So she was doing business deals when she was a young teenager there. Now, Paris Hilton, she definitely is someone who you probably will associate her with different things. One of those names that you will associate her with, if you actually look back long enough, is Kim Kardashian, a young lady who has an empire of her own as well. Now, also another thing you may want to notice this. She actually released a couple of albums, so she's definitely in the music world there. She was actually signed to Cash Money Records, signed by Birdman himself, and actually did music with Lil Wayne. So this girl is no half-step, and she's just getting started. She's only 35 years old. No telling what to expect for her in the next 5 to 10 years, huh? Well, check us out for more at bossette.com, and subscribe if you want to hear more different stories. Got a lot more coming for you guys, too.